What's going on, boys and girls? Happy Friday. It is TGI Friday Coinfessions today. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day as always. Today is Friday, April 19th, 2024. And folks, today we got Bitcoin halving actually going on sometime in the most or the sometime in the next few hours, we can call it, or somewhere in that little proximity. Basically 10 more blocks is what it's showing. We got Bitcoin sitting at $63,608. There was a massive little panic sell as of yesterday. Tends to happen whenever there's potential of war breaking out. We saw Israel going through and doing some bombings against Iran, and all the uncertainty that is what it is. And folks, I just want to say, uncertainty is very challenging. Uncertainty is definitely one of the most challenging things, but neither here nor there. I hope all of y'all, as always, are having a fantastic day. Let's dive into some charts. Let me throw in some background music in the meantime, throw on some simple little stuff. And you know what? Let me actually hit you with a little Friday. I'm going to hit you with a little hype song in the background for now. But Bitcoin sitting currently at 63,000 $100 right now, or 63,844 at this point in time. One thing you did just see moments ago on that previous chart was Bitcoin has actually had 7 months prior, which had never happened before, and it actually hit 7 green months in a row. Bitcoin had never done this before, and definitely has never done 8 green months in a row. So it doesn't look like April is going to be any different right now at this point in time. And so until we figure out the close of April, because folks, we are only about 2/3 of the way through April at this point in time, we could actually have a massive correction going upwards as well. But we also haven't seen Bitcoin do these massive drops more than 20%. So I do anticipate that we will have these close of a solid 7 months in a row, which is absolutely incredible, folks. Absolutely incredible. Again, Bitcoin sitting at $63,800. The impulse MACD on the weekly still looking, or on the monthly, still looking beautiful. On the weekly, it is starting to curve down just a smidge. Tends to actually bring about a little bit lower prices as well. You can also see we got that little trend line forming once again. So let me just kind of turn this down just a smidge. There you go. But you can actually see, if we flip this over to the daily, we've been on the downward trajectory on this one ever since really the middle of March. And it kind of went sideways over here for that period of time before it actually went through and actually kept on going down. The trend is your friend until it isn't, right? That's what the saying is. So right now, the trend is essentially showing that we are still on a downward trend. It is wanting to bounce up here like it's done a couple times already, where it bounces off, and it just determines where do we end up the month at this point in time. I do expect us to see some pretty solid resistance here around this range and this region. So if I was to actually draw, whoops, let me actually get rid of that. Pull this one up, and boom. That's where I'm going to see we're going to probably end up playing around with at this point in time. Folks, we're going to go up, we're going to go down, we're going to go up. We're going to probably play here within this pennant until probably about the end of April. It is also going to be looking like at this point in time, that is where the price wants to settle. So that's my guess for Bitcoin as of where we are currently sitting. Ethereum has very similar charts as well. When you actually break it down on one, they have been bouncing off this. They have been bouncing off the 0.5 level for the retracement. So we actually did drop down on the 0.5 retracement level, bounced off it as a support, and then now we're just kind of playing here in this range in this region. Again, I would anticipate that if Bitcoin drops, Ethereum is also following as well, which would mean Ethereum is probably likely to go back down to the $2,800 mark again. There's massive plays to be made in crypto, y'all. So again, we got the halving happening today. As a matter of fact, you can actually see right over here, we got roughly about 33 minutes remaining. So it says, I know it definitely is more time than that, let's be clear, but it does have 10 blocks remaining until the next halving. So they are anticipating that it is going to happen today and not on 420. Neither here nor there. Well, I guess if the day ticks over in the next 13 minutes, it would actually be 420 on the chart, because it's based in UTC time, which is very likely to be the case. So that's kind of what we're looking at over with the overall market pulse right now. People kind of got a little bit of a scare going on as of the last couple days, with the uncertainty of not knowing which way the market's going to go. Not only that, the S&P 500 starting to cool off from its previous all-time highs, going back and testing its levels of support. I would see it coming back down and coming back down to this $4,800 mark as well for the S&P 500, because it definitely needs to get some little cool off as well. One thing that I was paying attention to, and this is just a little fun fact, but there's a chance. Oh, I got rid of it. There, I looked at this yesterday. This was actually predicting that there was a 1.1% chance that the rates would increase. So right now the rates are pretty much remaining the same. This is the US Fed rates as of right now, sitting anywhere between 525 and 550. So we're just going to kind of go based on the normal average on that as well. But when I pulled this up yesterday, this sucker said there was a 1.1% chance that we would actually see the Fed rate increase, which is pretty crazy, y'all. Jerome Powell has been pretty solid on saying that they like where the rates are at. They don't see a need to really change it anytime soon. Again, doesn't look like we're going to be lowering them. If you actually pull up the probabilities chart as well, there's a 96.1% chance that the rates remain the same as of May 1st, and then an 83% chance even by June. So the most likely chance that we're going to be seeing rates drop would be July, which again, I just don't see that being the case. The most recent one could be September. And folks, there may not even be a rate change this year. Let's just be as clear and transparent as we possibly can at this point in time. If the inflation continues to do what it does, which continues to be higher than normal and higher than expected, there's a potential that we do not get any rate decrease this year. I don't know what the likelihood is. I don't know what the probabilities are. I mean, heck, I guess we could look at the probabilities on that to see it'd be 4.8% to see, like, right now, if there was, I guess end of year would be right here. So a 15% chance that right now by the end of the year, we essentially would have no rate changes is what the probabilities are showing on this one. And the US Fed likes to go pretty damn close to this pretty damn close to the probabilities over here. So again, likely we aren't changing in May, likely we aren't changing in June. Chances that we do anything in July are also pretty slim, if you ask me. And then you get into September being the earliest possible time to have something happen. So, pretty interesting stuff overall on that. Again, that is the Bitcoin chart, checking all of that out. All of the stocks took a pretty big hit as of the other day. Again, Amazon down, Tesla down, Apple down, Microsoft down, all the stocks in general basically took a pretty big hit on that one. DJI is really only being held up by United Health right now, but neither here nor there, because again, that's like 10% of its market cap. Neither here nor there. We're talking crypto. So when you look at Ethereum, again, sitting at $3,000, this thing actually dropped below 3,000 yesterday after the news actually broke out and Israel had their whole thing happen. And the Iran-Israel conflict that actually kicked off, and it actually kicked it below 3,000 for a period. It did do some rally and some recovery after Iran came through and said that there was actually no damage. And, you know, we're probably, if something does end up happening again, likely to see the prices go through and tank again. Or I guess I shouldn't say tank, but they're going to at least be hit a little bit harder because, again, uncertainty is not fun, folks. Uncertainty is not fun. And if that means that more people are going to be liquidated, so be it. Many people have gotten liquidated in the last 24 hours. There's been $300 million damn near getting liquidated. Some folks losing thousands of dollars, $20,000, $114,000 on some of these plays over here. It's not fun to get liquidated, folks. It is no need to take on that additional risk, especially whenever there's fear and doubt in the market right now. And there is a lot of uncertainty in this market right now, as a matter of fact. You can still see people are trying to take the short position, trying to take the long position. We've seen Bitcoin play all within these ranges, folks, anywhere between 59,000 all the way up to 74,000, as a matter of fact. So I would not be playing anywhere in this zone, in this range, in this region. Just not worth it at all. We got the PulseChain prices doing a little bit of a pump as well. We got the increase going back on PulseChain, sitting at 40837. Current price of PulseX sitting at 40336. Price of the ink back above $4 at $4.07, and Hex back above a penny at 1 penny. Again, Hex over on Ethereum still sitting at 2018, so that is still a 1-to-6 ratio right here. There's things that we pay attention to. Looking at the actual charts as well, let's kind of take a little gander. It does look like things are starting to somewhat cool off now at this point in time. Again, I like to use these different metrics to see the EMA patterns, the 9 and the 15. One thing you are starting to see is that 9 curve back slightly up around. That is a beautiful thing for bullish behavior. So if the 9 does cross the 15, nice little beginning part of a bullish movement, because again, we are currently on the daily making higher highs and higher lows right now. So we'd love to continue that, again, start breaking out above where it went previously and continue to keep on going up into the higher echelons, which is again bringing it back, bringing it back here to the 4036, and this is again on PulseX, bringing it up to the next one, 404, bringing it on up to the 618 retracement level, which is 4046, and that's the level for the time being, where you can expect probably some resistance. So as the prices are going to go up, these are the first lines of resistance I would be attention to. Most likely coming back down, retesting levels of support, going back above, retesting levels of resistance, coming back down, and doing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave pattern if we decide to go this particular route, which again you could actually end up seeing. Let me pull that up once again. You could actually end up seeing something like this, where it actually ends up going, we'll say, up for the first one, down for a little bit on this one, up for the next one, which would put it right here, down on this one, bringing it a little bit above, and then up above over here. So anywhere probably by somewhere in this, May time frame. We've talked about this before, of what could be a possibility of looking at if it wants to continue to pump. So that would just be looking in the short term time. Again, long term time frame, folks, I've already pulled up my price estimates on here, but again, my target for PulseChain or PulseX is currently sitting at 2 pennies right now. So that's the initial target that I'm going to be paying attention to on this one. And then again, if we actually pull it up via PulseChain to see what's going on with that particular chart as well, it's going to be looking pretty darn similar. It's going to be looking at the similar item over here. We are bouncing damn good off this little parabolic trend line that we actually drew out. So again, if you actually want to be able to see something like this, this is kind of the parabolic trend that we're set right now. And this is all the way back from August of 2023, where it's going into a nice little parabolic shape, hopefully taking us into the higher levels. I don't know if it's going to be July. I don't know if it's going to be August. I don't know when that necessarily kicks off right now at this point in time, but it is something that I have drawn out on the chart, so that way we can go ahead and pay attention to. What y'all doing? Dogs are just being weird behind me. And again, this is where the levels that I would actually end up seeing some things are on this chart as well. Beautiful little higher highs, higher lows situation starting to form overall on the particular chart. So whenever I'm seeing it, beautiful items in terms of where it's forming, where it's seeing some resistance at. And again, levels of resistance on PulseChain will probably be right around the stack price. That's going to be a good psychological level in general for any market, and going even higher, going up to the 1, 2, 2, 1 range for some resistance, all the way up to the 175 range for the next level of resistance. So plenty of room to go up ahead, folks. Plenty of room to keep on skyrocketing up ahead. And yeah, let me just see what's going on with some chats real quick. Hope everyone, as always, is having a beautiful day, a fantastic Friday. DJ Bomber in the house. What's up, my friend? Crypto Khalil, what's good? How you doing? Mo digging it. What up? What up? Good morning, everybody. The happy happening sure is. What up, A fam? Thanks for jumping on, ATX. Much love, Lee. What's up, fam? Tam. Jason Smith, hello. 20 minutes till halving. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's on a countdown right now. What's up, ATX? Always appreciate your streams. Have a blessed weekend. You as well, Hexerciser. You as well. What's up, Johnny's? How you doing? Damn, late again, Chastown. Don't even worry about it. We got a new Patreon member. Much love to you, Chastown. As always, we're going to get that updated on the overall outro, so that way we get the Patreon members a shout out as well with the 5P community. We do have a stream coming up on Sunday talking about next plays to actually be making these things happen, and different ways of actually profiting during the times when the market is doing what it's doing, which is, again, some uncertainty as well. Take a look at the Gary network once. What is the, is it Gary? Is it Garai? Why crypto? I just love the profile picture. What's Gary? Gary network. Let's see what this actually ends up showing on this one. Bro, 2 cents. Can we be more realistic? What's your level? What's your level, Grit Gains? What's the realistic number for you, my friend? Because 2 cents on PulseX is absolutely a possibility, especially if it maintains this 1-to-3 ratio, which it basically has with PulseChain. And again, if I see PulseChain going on upwards of the 8 cent level, which is my target for PulseChain, what's the target for? What? Sorry. I think my wife just noticed that I mowed the lawn back there. Or at least she just complimented it. So that's always good. Saving that money on the mowing, you know what I mean? Picking up the lawnmower, doing it myself. I'm like, damn, when's the last time y'all mowed your own lawn? Whenever you get crypto rich, it's fun to just pay other people to do that little work. And then you're like, I want to save some money because why not? This is the time to DCA, take advantage of it. Instead of spending $200 a week on lawn, let's go ahead and have some fun and spend it back in crypto. So that's what I decided to do. What did you do with that money? But yeah, Grit Gains. Let me know what your question is or what your realistic price is. I would love to hear anyone in chat, anyone who has an idea of where it can go. Throw it in the chat. Like throw in crazy numbers, right? $10 for PulseChain by 2025. I don't know. Just have some fun with it, guys. It's Friday. We're all chilling. We're having some fun. Start your clock. At least 8 months from here, I feel our wallet will look very different. 1000% correct. Typically, you start taking profits 40 weeks after the halving. If you haven't, there's many different ways of profit taking. Let's just be clear as we can. The first way of profit taking is to just set levels of when you take profit, whether it be prices or portfolio. You can do it by or you can do prices, portfolio, or time. All those options are possible. The other way of looking at it is, again, looking at it from a standpoint of, instead of trying to play the market, instead of trying to time the exact top, you just do roughly around 18 months after the halving. That seems to be a pretty good time of when it has been to do some profit taking. You just do like one lump sum at that point. The other way of doing it is by actually using one of the good old indicators over here, and this is actually by Kevin on this one. And essentially, it is the Bitcoin halving chart. And what's cool about it is, again, it kind of gives you a pretty damn good idea overall with the actual halving event going down. So you can see this is one of the more recent plays that you can actually end up doing on this particular play, and that's going to be a fun little method of 40 weeks after the 40 weeks after the halving, you start taking profit. No matter what's going on, 40 weeks after the halving, start taking profit, which, by the way, 40 weeks after the halving would roughly end up being in the 2025 time frame. I think I drew this out the other day. Whoops. 1 second, y'all. I had this out the other day. Where'd it go? There it goes. 40 weeks after the halving, right over here. So boom, January of 2025. That's when you start taking profits, folks. And what's funny about this, if you actually go back and look at previous times of when to take profit, this has worked out pretty damn well. So it's 40 weeks on upwards of the 80-week mark. You decide at that point in time whatever works for you. Yeah, exactly. Cal says 124.25, 1000%. AFAM in the house saying E-Hex to 30 cents, P-Hex to $1. Wow. So that would put it back on a 1-to-3 ratio. That would be pretty wild, pretty good. But again, just imagine some of these numbers, folks. You can go buy yourself a million E-Hex right now that AFAM's talking about for roughly around $1,700, and he's talking about a potential of a 30-cent hex over on that side, over on that chain. That's $300,000. That's pretty damn good money on that one, which I would gladly take all day, every day. Gary USDT, yeah, I was like pulling that up as well. So let me actually see. What is Gary Network? Complete Gary cryptocurrency review. What is Gary Network? Gary Price Live. 2.4 cents. All right, cool. Well, what are we talking about overall here? Whoa, didn't mean to pull that up. What do I find it on deck screener, I assume, just for S's and G's, just so I can have some fun with it? Gary. Is it on Solana? Oh, I guess it's its own network. not seeing it whenever I look it up via Dex Screener. Maybe I'm typing something in wrong on this one. Yeah, man, I'm just not even pulling it up on that. Like, I can show you what I'm typing in. You can let me know if this is what you're trying to have me look at. But type in Gary over here. The only Gary I see is on the Solana network. Or I guess it's on a few different ones. Radium, Orca, Meteora. And those are the 3 Gary tokens that I see. It's around 2.4 cents. So these are all looking pretty similar. Roughly around a year and 4 months. Does that sound right? 4 months old, 1 month old. Many different differences over there. $50,000 in liquidity. That is super low for liquidity. If I was to pull something like this up, for example, and just kind of take a little quick peeky weeky over here at this. I mean, you buy when things are red if you're trying to get involved on something like that. You know, you don't buy up here whenever it's making all-time highs and everyone's talking about it. You definitely buy in the lows when it's red. Not a rug pull. Clearly, it's been out for a hot minute. It hasn't rugged at this point in time. It's just a matter of, you know, I haven't heard that name or anything about it. So you're getting some shout outs there for holding that bag, my friend. And wish you the best of luck in the maddest of gains, as always. We got Crypto Quiz saying in the house, 7 cents for Pulse, 25 7 cents for Pulse, 2.5 cents for PulseX, 55 cents for Hex. Yeah. Incredible. 0.000. 3 zeros, 2.5 for PulseX, 3 zeros, 5 for Pulse is my more reasonable prediction. That's perfectly fine. That's still plenty of good money to be made, my boy. That's still good money to be made. It is on the Solana network. Yeah, okay. Figured as much. Let me see. There was I had this like soul scanner thing that I would pull up. Let me see if I can even find it. Where'd it go? Okay, 1 second. Tech security, anti-gravity. We got all these. I must have just stopped using it or something like that. It was a pretty cool like soul scanner thing. You can go check out any token on the Solana network and it would let you know some details about it pretty fast without having to get too crazy with it. Must have done something with it. I don't know what I did with it. Soul scan. Bless you. I think my wife just sneezed. All right, guys. So I'm going to be pointing out some interesting stuff over here, and again, we're going to be diving into some Coinfessions as well. Diving in on this, I actually had good old Suno AI make me a good old song over here about this. So let's play it. I'm getting crypto rich. T.G.I.F. My mind's at crypto switch. Bitcoin, Ethereum, they my addiction. I got these confessions, it's my affliction. Riding these crypto waves, I'm a crypto bandit 24/7, that's how I manage. Hustling through the market, it's like a game. Buying low, selling high, that's how I maintain. Crypto got me feeling like a crypto king. Crypto make you feel amazing, yo. Highs and lows. It's a roller coaster, but I ain't stopping till I'm a crypto mogul. I don't know who's here. Someone's outside our house right now. This is a SWAT. It's happening. It's happening. Interesting. I don't know what's going on. Wow, Amazon delivery. How many of y'all get everything Amazon delivered? Let me know. Let me know how many of y'all have Amazon deliveries coming all day, every day. Amazon be stealing everything. So, Coinfessions, T.G.I.Friday Coinfessions, my friends. This particular individual says, I liquidated my account. Let me turn this down just a smidge. It said, I liquidated my account, and damn, that hurts to hear. I liquidated my account for 3 years straight. Back in 2021, when all in on crypto, I sold off my car, took out all of my kids' savings and mine, rode the ETH rally all the way to its all-time high, then became euphoric, bought TRX, and the market crashed. Terrible. I always hate hearing these things, man. You always do, right? I was so confident that I could make it full-time trading crypto that I quit my job to win it all back. I learned futures trading, took a heavy loss, and ended up broke. Took me a while to get back on my feet. I had to ask my mom help. I had to just to make ends meet, support family. He's married with 3 kids, liquidated my account for 3 years straight. I learned my lesson. This time, I'm just gonna DCA and hodl. And like, everyone's got to learn that lesson at some point in time. One of the easiest ways you can do it is just freaking DCA and hodl, y'all. Just, that's a simple way of doing it. I know it's tough. Trust me. I'm right there with you. You can go make money fast by doing all these different plays and doing all these different risks and hopping on all these different things. But at the end of the day, you go and you like, damn, all I had to do is DCA and hodl, man. That's it. Back in 2018, when I was 18, I put $50,000 of my grandparents' will into Bitcoin. I've made almost $1 million while still living at my mom's house, and I work as a pizza delivery driver. And since no one knows about my earnings, most think I'm pretty broke, even my mom. That's facts, man. Good on that kid for not saying anything. It's so hard because when you start making some big wins, you just want to show off for a lot of individuals, or at least myself. I don't know. We could talk about that, I guess, for a second. But, you know, it's always there where you start making these big winnings and you're like, dude, come on with me. Like, let me show you this account. It's sitting on, you know, 300,000. Now it's 500,000. Now it's 600,000. Like, this shit's getting crazy. It's up to $1 million. Oh, my God. You're over here screenshotting everything. You're having fun. And, yeah, at the end of the day, you don't take profit the right way. Or at the end of the day, if you didn't put money in the bank, and the end of the bull market's over and you're looking to round trip it again, it's all fun. I'm not saying you won't make it, and you're going to be plenty fine if you just continue to DCA and hodl. But most of the time, you learn to start putting more money in the bank, and then you talk about the money that you got put in the bank. I heard someone talk about this the other day, as a matter of fact, and I can just kind of bring this up. But they were kind of like grieving that, not grieving, but, you know, sharing their thoughts, basically saying that at this point in time, you know, I've made so much money. I want people to be grateful for everything that I've done and all this good stuff. And, you know, you want your family member to love and all this good stuff. And then at the end of the day, you look at it and you're like, oh, snap. You didn't help anybody out with that money. So, like, you're talking about all this money that you made. Congrats, my friend. But again, for the people who you're sharing that with, they don't care. Like, they'll give you a little, you know, good job, dude. Good job. Right? They'll give you a little bit of a clap, but at the end of the day, until you actually give them something that can actually help their lives out, they don't care, man. They don't care. And so that's something that everyone's going to learn this cycle as well. If you go and you make it big in this crypto game, this crypto cycle, you're making all the money. You've turned a little bit of money into a lot of money, or you've turned a lot of money into even more money. Unless you actually go and help others with it, you want to keep that shit to yourself. Like, I know it's tough to do as well, folks, because you just want to kind of like scream and shout from the roof. But, you know, at the end of the day, there's other people who make that in a day. Like, I saw Jeff Bezos pulling out like $2.5 billion in stock, and I'm like, wow. Like, you go make yourself $1 million, and yeah, you got yourself not even 1% of that dude's stock that he pulled out. And I get he's one of the richest people in the world, and I understand that. And comparison's the devil of everything that is. So try not to compare too much when it comes to that, and be grateful for all the profit that you've made. Anyways, guys, keep that shit to yourself. At the end of the day, that's the moral of that story right there. Keep that shit to yourself. For real, for real. Keep it to yourself. I had 3.5 Bitcoin when it was 5K, discovered leverage, lost all my money, then eventually turned into an alcoholic. Well, shit. I'm surprised it went that way, but That's easy to do, man. Stress is a hell of a thing, and you look for coping mechanisms. Many people turn to drugs, even harder drugs, and alcohol. And I myself have been down the rabbit hole of going down that path. Luckily, I've gotten sober from those moments, but it is not fun, my friends. It is definitely not fun to go through that. And, wish that person the best of luck on that one. In 2020, I had around 10 Bitcoin and many altcoins got wiped out margin trading and have never recovered. I lost more and more in crypto. All the money I put in is gone. Now BTC is at all-time high and I have nothing. Liquidated my entire future account. Longing bomb. Oof. Oof. If you actually look at the liquidations chart as well, that was one of the bigger liquidations that actually happening right here. Or is this bomb USDT? Let me see if I can just find like bomb in particular. Can I do a little search over here? Yep, sure can. Yeah, look at all these people just get liquidated. These are only thousands of dollars, but there's going to be someone in here that got straight liquidated for a whole lot more, unfortunately, right? Let's see if anyone did 100K, because I know plenty of people just getting maybe just in the last 24 hours. So damn, look at that. $31,000 gone. Imagine all the work that you did, all that money that you had, all that time that you took. $24,000 gone, $31,000 gone. Brutal. I liquidated my entire futures account, longing bomb just before it went up by 200%. Should have made $40,000. All you have to do is hold. This is a sad one right here. Dad, I made it, but I was shilling crypto to my dad since 2020. Over the years, he started listening to me, taking interest, and slowly began agreeing with my opinions. Kept telling me not to take too much risk or not to risk too much money. Passed away 4 months ago, and I wish I could enjoy this moment with him. Dad, I made it. That one's crazy, man. That one's crazy because again, it's gonna take. You're gonna get what you think is gonna happen. The prices are gonna hit the levels that you think they're gonna hit. It just may not happen at the time frame that you think. So make sure to get that correct as well. Just like we talk about PulseChain reaching certain levels and prices, it definitely all affects it. Current annual job salary is $100,000. Toxic shit. Found 3 cents kilowatt electricity costs. Secured a $700,000 loan. Building my exit strategy out of a 9-to-5 with 130 Bitcoin mining machines. Paying out the loan and resignation in a year or two. Imagine that. Dude, that sucks, man. Because you got the halving coming up right here today, right? And so where it was once paying out 900 Bitcoin per day, it's only going to be 450 Bitcoin per day that get mined. It just stinks to go so heavy in that system when you literally don't even have to buy the freaking mining equipment. You could just go buy fucking Bitcoin. So one thing that I've learned, and this is just my personal story, y'all, at this point in time, of what I've realized, I guess, from my perspective, is whenever I see other people make a whole lot of money, they do one of two things. They either go start their own business or they just freaking hodl in crypto. For those who go start their own business, and I consider a mining rig and a Bitcoin mining machines and all that good stuff as a business. For those who start their own business, it does pay for some people to have a life to make it worthwhile. For many individuals, though, however, they do not get to make it. Okay. Oh, wow. Good luck. And you look at it from a standpoint of like, was it worth it to go through and do everything that they did for the risk that they're taking for the reward that they have? And so I was going through and watching, we'll just say, all these crypto documentaries. And that's where I got to this realization, basically, at that point in time, that for the people who went and bought all this equipment, for the people who go launch their own exchanges, for the people who go create these different platforms, for the people who go make a job out of something that wasn't a job before, it ends up not working out for probably 80% of the people. Just like being self-employed, folks. How many people in a self-employed culture can actually make it as a self-employed person and actually have a sustainable income where you can continuing? I'd say it's roughly about 20%. 1 in 5 people can actually continue after a year to still be in a profitable position. And I'm not talking about The people who just try for years and years and years and it just never works, that doesn't count because it just never worked. But for the people who can make it work, it's very few people who can do it. But for the people who just bought crypto, held crypto, they fucking crush it. They crush it, my guys. They absolutely smash. By the way, Gwei's at 7 Gwei right now. Wow. Let me.
Wow.
Impressive, sir.
Anyways, guys, that's a little fun fact just in case y'all didn't know on this. But something that you can always do is just hold the crypto, man. You don't have to go try to make all these different things. Like if this dude just took $700,000 and fuck it, just bought Bitcoin with it. I'm not saying like that's the best possible play that you're going to do at that point in time, but you're probably going to go 3x the money at that point. Cause again, we can see Bitcoin reaching anywhere up in this $200,000 price point. Shit. Let's just say it ends up reaching freaking 200 flat, or even we'll just say 180,000 flat. You still 3x your money. So you turn $700,000 into $2.1 million. Like, are you going to go make that $2.1 million mining Bitcoin in the next 18 months or whatever? Like, I just, it's so weird whenever I see those kind of messages on it. So weird whenever I see those, but best of luck to him, man. Best of luck. I'm just sharing that with everyone who's here as well. Cause yeah, the halving is done. The halving is complete. The halving is completed. One more block till halving. Well, guys, you just heard it here first. The halving in crypto this cycle is not going to happen again for Bitcoin until another 210,000 blocks. So congrats to everyone who made it here and who's live at this point in time and who's with us. The halving has been completed, folks. All right. So congrats to that. Did we have ourselves? We did. EHEX and PHEX. And we can buy and sell EHEX on PulseChain, so no need for high gas fees. Facts on facts. Yeah, 9 Gwei. Do what you gotta do. That's freaking incredible, man. I just saw 7 Gwei a second ago. Beautiful. You can trade 6 for 1 if you wanna. Not my business. Lol. Migrated all my EHEX to Pulse. Love it. 6 EHEX for 1 PHEX. I think it's. Oh shit! Let me just read this. Yeah, I'm good. I have hex on both chains. I don't care if it dies off on one side. I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn too, fam. We're stubborn together. Now BTC miners make half the money, but their electric bill stays the same. It's actually gonna get harder, man. Like that's the crazier part about this is the equipment that it requires to mine that Bitcoin becomes so much more computer intensive because it has to solve these algorithms to make it actually, you know, a secure network and all that good stuff. And so the idea is that you can go buy this equipment that by the time you end up getting it, it's already basically lost half the value because it's coming from, you know, China, and it comes from like these 3 big manufacturers basically, and they just mine it in the beginning to test it, okay, when it actually is working very good for them, and then they send it to you. And of course, by the time you get it, you're already late to the game. You've probably waited for months at this point in time. And while you're waiting for months at that point in time, Bitcoin does this. You're like waiting for it to come in, and Bitcoin's just like, doo, 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 doo. Oh, it's about 100. And then it goes down. Then it's like, oh, it's at 130. And you're waiting for your mining gear. You're like, oh my God, I don't get my mining gear until August or September or October. And I got to set it all up still. And I got to make sure I have everything secure and all this good stuff. It's funny, man. People are funny. For real. I liquidated all my good positions, built in the bear to chase newly launched coins, and have lost everything. It happens to a lot of people, man. It's called chasing shiny new objects. Shiny new object syndrome is real, folks. Boredom is real. People want quick money. People come into crypto to make money fast. But the fact that you can 2-3x your money in the span of a couple of days is pretty damn good. The fact that you can go 10x your money in the span of 4 years is pretty fucking awesome. Like, let's be as absolutely real as you can. And then
But people, oh my gosh, you don't want to do it there. You don't want to take the risk.
I absolutely want to take the risk.
Anyways, I'm having fun with this little pitch thing. Y'all let me know what y'all got going on. Mine being a pulse validator with your PulseChain, how crypto was at the beginning. No GPUs or mining, expiring equipment. Cheers all. Yeah, I mean, I was looking the other day at the mining equipment for Ethereum, for example, and to go be Ethereum validator to secure the proof of stake network, it costs 32 Ethereum, which is $100,000 right now at the current prices. And you look at it and you're like, dude, you can literally be a validator, and they're only getting 3.8% fee per year. So it's like they're putting up $100,000 to earn 3%, 4% per year, whereas you can come on the PulseChain network right now. This would be fun. And you can actually end up getting a beautiful validator where you end up getting roughly around 9%, and it only costs you like $2,000. You only have to put up 32 million pulse. Good stuff. Yeah, I just got the message. Bitcoin halving completed. There you go. There you go. What? Let me see what we got going on in the meantime. Yeah, that's crazy. LOL, I paid a pretty penny for those EHEX tokens at the top. I'm keeping them in my T-shares. Yeah, for sure. I do too. I love my EHEX, still getting the biggest bag. Yeah, I mean, the fact that, you know, you look at the xstats.today, for example, and you can go on these beautiful websites and it'll let you know miners get a payday cut. Yeah, they sure do. Pay cut day. Yeah, they sure do. It becomes that much harder to be the person who ends up earning that particular block. And you put up all this intensive network to be able to do it. Look at this. Hex over on the Ethereum network, still 9 hex per T-share. Hex over on PulseChain, damn near 7 hex per T-share. Beautiful. I will gladly take that every single day, y'all. Every day. Right? 9.25 hex per T-share. Give me that. And right now, the T-share price only costs $79 to get a T-share. Dude, there's a day where, again, we're going to get back into this whole thing long in the future, but there'll be a day where you won't even be talking about T-shares. And it's always hard for people to imagine that day because of everything that we've been going through recently. But there will be a day, folks, where, again, you just won't be able to get a T-share, or at least not for less than $10,000, because at this point in time, it costs roughly around 33,000 hex per T-share, right? And so just imagine hex reaches 30 cents, for example. That's $10,000 basically. And to get one T-share. Anyways. Back in September, I submitted a Coinfessions about putting my entire $75,000 bonus into Solana, moving it into cold storage and staking it. Solana was $24 then. Now I have $571,000. So many people laughed at me on that post. I feel sorry for them. Lol. That was back in September of 2023. So damn, crushed it. That's a good move. First cycle for me, doing good so far, but somehow I enjoyed the bear market more than the bull market. Back then, it was more like a sworn in community. Now everybody is here. Everybody is not here. You might feel that way, but not even close to everybody is here. The fact that people don't even know what the Bitcoin halving is, they're like, is that like a stock split? Is the Bitcoin halving reduce half the supply? Like, you just hear these questions and you're like, no, bro, no. I've been trading crypto since 2020. I'm pretty bad at it. And am pretty bad at it. I'm $5,000 in debt to my bank because I keep trying to make back losses and losing. My wife has no idea, and I carry this awful burden with me every day. All I want to do now is make enough to pay off the bank and walk away from crypto forever. And for $5,000, guys. You're talking about $5,000 in debt, and this dude's like, I'm done with crypto. I don't know, man. Maybe I was fortunate just to get into sales in my early stages to go make $100,000 in a year, but like I see $5,000 and you're just like, fuck you talking about, man? That's nothing. But to some people, that's everything, I guess. But like, I don't know. Go get a better paying job. Shit, but there's statistics that prove you end up increasing your annual income by 20% plus. 20% plus just by going to get a job somewhere else. And I know you're like, oh my God, but the job market's crazy. And I don't know. I've been here for years. Try it. Go make more money. And that, if you make $40,000 a year and you go get yourself a little 20% bonus on that, 40 times 0.2 is a nice $8,000 additional that year. You put away 5 of it into the paying off the debt. I don't know, man. It's just crazy. I hear these things and it's just wild. I owe my sibling $25,000 from the sale of our parents' house. Spend it on hookers, deli sandwiches, and a 20-year-old pickup truck. I tried to win it back on Solana shitter, stupidly paid for a Telegram group, got rugged, and Mango Farms. Oof. Fumbled multiple early bags, lost $13,000 in the process when I could have held and made hundreds of thousands, and now fear I will be getting shit on by normies. 2 Solana left. Lol. So sad seeing everybody print millions. I work harder than most people, but am not lucky at all. You can change your luck. My husband was secretly gay and sleeping with multiple random dudes. God damn. What the fuck? What? This is a crypto thing? Let's read it. Let's have some fun with it. I'm a 40-year-old mom of 2 kids. 2021, I found out my husband was secretly gay, sleeping with multiple random dudes behind my back. Emotionally, I was crushed, but financially, I couldn't afford to leave him. I got into crypto hoping to make enough to move on and buy a nice house and support myself. I was late into the last bull run and down 80%. I've spent the last few years learning about the space, made that money back, and I'm hoping to make a lot more this run so I can finally leave this cheating asshole, buy a beautiful house, stay pool, give my kids a nice future. You tell me you're still with that dude? You found out he was cheating, and fucking people are weird, dude. People are fucking weird. I'm not talking about whatever the lifestyle that dude wants to live, but you talking about you found out someone was cheating on you and the only reason why you can't is because you think you can't? People are fucking weird, man. I've established myself as a leader in crypto tax law. Have you? I've established myself as on Twitter as a leading CPA and a voice within crypto tax law. No one has ever asked me to see my credentials or certifications. When my clients need to file, I collect a lot of unnecessary information and documents to make it seem like I'm doing my job. What they don't know, I'm a 20-year-old student using TurboTax on their behalf. Oh, dude, run that grift, man. Make that money, boo-boo. Make that money. By the time this is posted, I've already quit. By the time this is posted, I've already quit crypto. I've had enough. Stuck at it, but it just wasn't meant for me. I've been up, mainly down, and I'm not going to wait for my life to deteriorate anymore. I think my lesson from my life would be, if you have a good career, make sure you stick at it. Crypto is gambling, mainly a scam. Don't bury your head in the sand either. If you're getting wrecked, get yourself out and call it. Lol. Too funny. Oh, with Drew almost. What the heck? So I'm just having fun just kind of reading this. I hit 7 figures, called my mom, let her know. She didn't seem happy. That was the article I read about last one. Lonely at the top. It's because you don't give your mom shit. Go give your mom fucking $10,000. She'd be so much happier than being like, Mom, I got $1 million. Like, go give her 10,000. She would be like, holy shit, this is awesome. You don't even have to do that much. It's 1% of your net worth. Go try it. She'll love you a lot more. Promise. What we got going on in comments today? What we got going on, folks? What we got going on? Imagine our stake interest got cut in half. Lol. And I align with Johnny. Absolutely. Much love. I get so excited when Johnny is here. Everyone loves Johnny for sure. And he's been doing this for a hot minute. People don't appreciate some of the stuff that he shares. People got on the attack train because they're mad at their bags and their decisions. And at the end of the day, folks, you got to understand, take responsibility. You are responsible for every choice and every decision that you possibly make, whether it's buying, selling, holding, or fucking doing anything in the crypto world. You are the one responsible. ETH will fix their fees eventually. EHEX holders will be fine. For sure. I agree. Johnny excites us. I love this group. Contain yourself. Lol. All lives, Tam. He's the God whale. Oh my god. Do Mike Tyson. I can't just put on a voice. I can just change the pitch of my voice. So what does Mike Tyson sound like?
Hey guys, it's we're gonna have some fun buying some PulseChain and some Ethereum and then some Hex, and then we're gonna buy and stake and do it all.
I don't know. I'm just having fun with it. Anyways, that's my Mike Tyson. It's like you have guessed. Lol. I have multiple people that live inside my head, so that's all. Loved it when you read RH tweet, sounding like Richard yesterday. That was pretty cool. Nah, Godwill owns a lot of stuff I would never touch, right? Facts. So true. So true. T-share will be unaffordable in 2.5 years from now. 60,000 hex per T-share. Facts. God damn. God damn. Auto-tune ATX, either auto-tune or underwater. Oh no. The audio got messed up somehow, messing with all this. No. Well, I can't change anything now, so it is what it is. Is what it is. Did the first upload. Shit, I gotta check it out now. Hold up. Let me get my mind right. While I pull that up, here we go.
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's live again, 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 it's Saturday, Sunday. You don't got the boyfriend and meet me at the hotel room. You keep with your girlfriends and meet me at the hotel room. You don't got the boyfriend and meet me at the hotel room. You keep with your girlfriends and meet me at the hotel room. What? It's Friday then.
What?
It's Friday then.
You guys hear that?
Saturday, Sunday, what?
All right. I don't know what I clicked on. Must have clicked something. So we'll figure it out next time, I'm sure. I don't know if the audio still sounds crazy or what it sounds like to you. It is auto-tune ATX for sure. Maybe my mic got hit. I don't know. Something happened. Something clearly happened. You can now read the United States Constitution on PulseChain. Try gopulse.com. Enter this transaction hash. Boom. Let's check it out. GoPulse.com. GoPulse.com. Where we at? Transaction hash. Boom. Hexticles. Lol. Well, how do I read it? Gas fee. I don't know what I'm doing. Sing us a song. Yo, dude, there was to be fair, this dude is freaking crazy. Let me actually stop sharing for a sec and flip it over here so that way you can also hear the tab audio. But there's a guy who smashes the voice over here. Boom. If y'all haven't heard this already, this dude's named Taras Stanin. He does some crazy freaking beatbox over here. There's no audio. Where my audio at? Hold up. Let me go back and play the weekend one. Shorts. He does some freaking crazy beatbox. Go.
If you burn me, let's keep it on the low. Don't close my heart, stick it anymore. If you're crazy, don't let it show. Oh, baby, I don't wanna. No.
Yeah, that's sick. That is freaking sick. You got so many.
There's really no other plan. You better be kill your pain. Really nothing to lose. No. There's really no other plan. You better be kill your.
If y'all don't like beat, I don't know, man. The beatbox freaking gets me going for sure. I did that, A-fam. I copied the transaction hash right here. Copy. I went to gopulse.com/publish and pasted the transaction hash, which you can see right here. Control F, Control V. It matches the same transaction hash. And it just says that it got sent to the black hole. Yeah, I mean, you let me know. Let me know what I did wrong here. Bruh. New. I know. That's funny. Here. GoPulse.com/publish. Once again, starting from scratch. Step 1. GoPulse.com/publish. Make sure I'm not doing anything crazy here. It doesn't let me type in the /publish part. I think that's the issue I'm running into. GoPulse.com/publish. As soon as I get on this page right here, it has me search for it. I paste. Okay, pretty girl. Yeah, they changed the URL for sure. All right. Yeah. All good, A-fam. I gave it a shot. I gave it a try. We had some fun. The weekend is upon us, boys and gals. I want every single one of y'all to just relax, chill, and know that everything is going to be all right. Go with a little Bob Marley song at some point in time. 'Cause every little thing is going to be all right. And at the end of the day, folks, I will catch every single one of y'all in the next stream. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you on the weekend. Peace.
I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down.